the key thing I want to sort of convey to you guys is that no one is making Britain do this. Britain is doing this for its own strategic reasons. There is no shadowy lobby or, there's no Israel is more powerful than Britain, let alone more powerful than the United States. Britain is choosing to support Israel for its own strategic reasons. The support Britain is giving is really substantive. And these Labour politicians trying to play it down predictably, but they're misleading you in doing that. And to the extent that Britain is choosing to support Israel for its own reasons, and Britain is materially and substantively supporting Israel, that means, and I think this is really the crucial point, it's not just Israeli violence, it's British violence as well, and American violence as well, to a particularly high degree, because of the degree of enabling. And in terms of why that would be, if you think about Britain's strategic interests in the Middle East and with regard to Israel, I mean, one of the key strategic interests with regard to the Middle East is oil. These are the energy heartlands of the planet. About half the world's proven oil reserves are in the corner of the Arabian Peninsula, where sort of Kuwait, Iran, Iraq and Saudi Arabia and the UAE all meet. Huge proportion of the world's gas reserves as well. It's a really, really important strategic area. If you're a great power like the United States and you're struggling against another great power, China, just as it was in the past when the US used to struggle with Russia, Soviet Union, over things like control over energy. Britain's not a great power, but Britain is really invested in the power internationally of the United States. So to the extent that the US wants to project power into the Middle East, the British want to support the Americans in doing that. Sorry, the British, not you, not me. The British government wants to support the American government in doing that. And Israel's role is as a really reliable, contrary to what you hear, a very reliable ally of the West in the Middle East. And not just recently, but going back as far as you like. So Israel gets supported for those reasons. It's a strategic asset in a geopolitically crucial region. And also there's a degree of ideology there in the sense that Israel is seen as a uniquely Western presence in a tough neighbourhood. Or put it another way, I think it was the head of Chatham. I don't want to libel someone. Someone senior, someone told me today, used the words, a villa in the jungle. So this really racialized language, they're Westerners, they're the only democracy in the Middle East, completely false. An outpost of us in a sea of barbaric them. So there's two things, the strategic aspect and that kind of ideological, almost racialized aspect, I think, as well.